What's up, everybody? Breezy here. We back at it again. We're looking at the pound versus the dollar, which is GBPUSD. And subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's more coming. Let's get straight to it. So I'll be scalping, and I'm starting on the 1 hour time frame. Just to analyze and then execute on a small time frame, which is my 5 minute time frame, right? And why do I do that? I do that because smaller time frame, the more points or the more pips you secure, right? So let's jump straight to it. So when it comes to strategy, right, like, don't stick to a lot of things. Focus on one thing and focus on mastering it, because remember, at the end of the day, it's your skill, right? So don't try doing all these things at once. Focus on one thing, and if you like it, master it. So this strategy here, like, just a simple strategy: breakout, retest, continuous. So what do I mean by that? I'm gonna show y'all. So on the H1, we've marked our support, and on the H1 we see price really kind of, as we see that price yesterday did reject and retest, but eventually we did break that resistance up there, right? We broke it and we just started consolidating, and right now price just came back on that support, whereby now it's acting as support as what, as like we all see. And we see that, hey, price is just consolidating. Price is doing nothing but just consolidating, right? And consolidation, it's just the market moving in one place, right? I just want to show you all this. Consolidation, it's just the market moving in one place. It's not doing nothing. So usually when it comes to consolidations, I prefer those breakouts. And now, as we see, price is currently moving. So as we've marked our support, we move over to the 5 minute time frame. Don't make things complicated. This is not hard. They are just misleading you. Focus and stay on your own route, right? Evolve and keep on backtesting and putting in the work. It will pay off, trust me, right? So when we jump on the 5 minute time frame, we can see that, hey, on the 1 hour, we saw that rejection and that pull, which is that subsequent candle, whereby we can go back, and I'll show y'all, right? I just want y'all to understand. It's not about watching, it's about understanding and gaining something at the end of the video, right? So as we see on the 1 hour time frame, this is what I'm talking about. On the 1 hour time frame, we can clearly see that, hey, today after opening, price really literally just started consolidating, but we did manage to come back on that support, whereby now it's acting as support, right? So we did reject and we had that subsequent bullish candle. So most of y'all, I know you would jump for buys, but that's not always the case, right? This is data, this is price moving, and you being a chart zombie, you being on the chart 247 makes no sense, because a professional or a good trader knows when to trade, knows when to get in the market, because they know when there's liquidity waves, they know when to take trades. But a bad trader, a beginner trader, is always going to want to trade for the sake of trading, and that's not always the case, right? Good traders trade to make profit. Bad traders trade to make money. And yes, for me, there's a difference between money and profit, right? When you focus on that, money feels like it never comes. But when you focus on, hey, let me grow my account percentage wise, you'll see the progress. That's how it is. So on the 5 minute time frame, we see that, hey, that rejection we had on the 1 hour, and remember, this is the 5 minute time frame, so you are gonna see different type of candles, or a lot of candles, if I'd say, right? It's totally normal. Don't be confused. Totally normal. The smaller the time frame, the more the candle sticks. That's how it is. So that's the reason why I keep on saying we analyze on a big time frame and execute on a small time frame. That way, the smaller the time frame, the more pips or the more points we secure, right? So that rejection we had on the H1, we can see, right? Price did reject and we had that subsequent candle and price did push up. But for me, just being honest, I really want price to push to the downside. And what do I mean by that? If we would push back, right, or if we would go to the 1 hour time frame, if we would go to the 1 hour time frame, right, we would see that, hey, the moment price started pushing up here, price really started rejecting couple times, not once but couple times, like for sure, right? And as y'all can see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, as everybody can see, right? Price pushed up so hard, it rejected, it closed, but we couldn't break, right? And when price opened on Monday, it did the same thing. Rejected, but couldn't break and reach up to the downside. And now we just had that bullish subsequent candle. And put in mind that this is the 1 hour time frame, right? So looking at this trend, we can see that, hey, we rejected and we had a subsequent candle, and most traders would officially go for buys right here. But for me, it's not always the case, because I see that, hey, we had all those rejections and we just started a trend, we just started jumping, right? So for me, one thing I've realized about Forex pairs is that they really respect those zones, right? So I'm really looking for price to literally break this support, right? In that case, we're gonna move back to the 5 minute time frame, because now we have a clear version or a good outlook on what we're looking at, right? You don't just jump in and just press by yourself because you feel like it. No, this is a precious skill. It takes time to get it, and once you get and like once you have it, I'm sorry for that, once you have it, nobody's gonna take it away from you, right? So now, as we did analyze and we see everything, right, and obviously for now we have no setup, we have no trade, but hey, I'm seeing a sell, and for me it's a pre-breakout. What do I mean by that? I'm gonna just demonstrate it for y'all, because that's what we all about, right? If like we were gonna go for buys, just scalping, this is how it would be, because this is a resistance breakout for us scalping, right? This is a resistance breakout, right? This is a resistance breakout, right? So if you were to take those buys right here, for me it would make no sense. And what do I mean by that? If you were to take this buys right here and probably you were to put your stop loss probably at that support right there, it makes no sense for me, right? Why am I saying this? Yeah, price can continue pushing to the upside, but eventually price now has pushed so much that eventually we're gonna have to retest, and that's what I mean. Eventually we're gonna have to drop to the downside, right? And again, just being patient with the market. So that buy, it's not accurate for me. So what do? I know my setup and I know what I see, and as a seasoned trader, I know when to enter and know when not to enter. So now we see we have no setup. So sometimes you get to see that, hey, there's no setups in the market, and that's totally okay, because it's not about you trading all day every day, right? You can trade only 3 times a week. That's how it is. So now, as we see, we're literally rejecting, and now we see that rejection. We jump over to the 1 hour time frame. Why are we jumping to the 1 hour? So again, I want y'all to understand that this candle alone, this this bullish candle alone, right? Y'all see that bullish candle? That candle alone on the 5 minute resembles all these candles. That 5 minute, that 1 hour candle alone, right, resembles all these bullish candles you see. So that's what I mean by saying the smaller the time frame, the more pips we secure, right? It's not about you just taking trades and feeling victorious. Yes, we want to win, but at the end of the day, we want to win knowing that we took it while we followed our plan, right? Because if you follow your plan, everything else will fall in place. That's how it is. So as we see right now, right? So on the 5 minute, I just want to use my horizontal lines, to mark our highs. So I see that that's the high we have on the 5 minute time frame. and that's my bad. That's not the high we have, because that's a major consolidation right there, right? So I'm not gonna mark it, but in this case, as we see that price pushed up, that was gonna be your entry also right there, right? This would be your entry if you went for buys. This would be your entry right there. Why am I saying this? Because the moment price rejected, we had the subsequent candle, and for me that's a breakout to the upside, like simple. And just to show y'all, if I took this buy, I just want to show y'all how I would have executed it, right? It's just simple, right? I see that, hey, we have a low right here. So from now, that's my breakout resistance, right? That's my breakout resistance, that line right there. So in that case, taking the trade would be kind of simple, because you put your stop loss under there. And again, for me, I don't see a stop loss that we really needed, but I feel like it's key, because defense is key, right? Defense is key. That's how it is. I'm not gonna say much, but I'm just gonna say defense is key. Everybody got their own opinion, but I'm saying defense is key, right? So if you were to take that buy trade, that's how you take it right there, right? Putting your stop loss just under. And obviously, why would you take that buy? Because that's the same kind of strategy we always talk about when it comes to scalping, right? Price rejected, and we did have our breakout, right? So this horizontal resistance trend line, I used it, this horizontal line up here, that's my breakout mark. I'm marking it as my breakout. So the moment price breaks, as all, like as we all can see, right? As we all can see that the moment price breaks, it retests and it continues. So for us, we just had a break right now, and I promise you that we are gonna have that retest to the downside. If not right now, probably price is still gonna push up, right? Probably price is still gonna push up, right? And probably retest later on during the day. Probably when New York session kicks in, we'll be retesting, right? We'll be retesting. So for today, being honest, I'm really seeing pound, right? Coming back to retest that support down there, and probably later on we might shoot up again, right? Probably later on we might shoot up again. That's how it is. No, like this is all about predicting. Just because it's a strategy doesn't mean it has it all. Remember, the market is not ours, but mindset, strategy, and a calm mind, it's everything. Because you get into the market, you know what you're doing. There's no need for you to be superstitious, to stretch out, to read a book, to do that, to do that. You know what you're doing. Stick to it, right? That's how it is. So as y'all see what I'm talking about, and now y'all can see that that candle closed, and we just had a subsequent candle. And now as we look at it this way, right? So now y'all see what I'm on, right? Price did close and we did reject. So in this case, like the market just came to us. That's what I mean by saying don't go to the market, let the market come to you. The market literally came to us, because the market literally rejected, and we had that subsequent candle. So now executing the trade, I'm gonna draw a support line, and I'm not just drawing it because I'm drawing. No, I used that previous data, which is that wick, right, to draw, and I put it right there. So what am I on right now? If price really rejected, and if price is gonna drop, right, we're looking at breaking. Remember that our first confirmation was that rejection right there, right? So our second confirmation is breaking this support, right? This support line is breaking this support, right? And hitting the support down here, right? If price is still gonna continue pushing down, so be it. If not, we're just gonna close profits and get out. That's how it is. You never hold losses. And again, if you keep taking L's after L's after L's, you just gotta have that edge of self-awareness, because you won't just be losing in the market. I've realized that you lose when you do not know what you're doing. Most traders want to be perfect, but being perfect is not always the case, right? Improving and like just keep on learning is the case, because that way you keep on evolving and growing. So that's how it is. Don't want to be perfect, just want to grow. That's how it is. Always focus on growing and evolving. And now, as we see, price is literally respecting us. And if price breaks this support, we're gonna enter the trade. And again, it's not gonna be some kind of trade which is gonna be big, but it's gonna be some kind of a 1-2-2 or 1-2-3. But I prefer taking 1-2-3s, right? Sometimes you get those 1-2-4s, but yeah, we'll be targeting this lows that week. And just waiting for price to break, and we're gonna take it from there. So that's the setup. So if price doesn't break, we know that price is gonna shoot up, right? As y'all can see that we still have this kind of resistance up here, which we marked a long time ago. If I go back, y'all can see, right? As I say, that pairs really respect those zones. This is what I'm talking about too. If you pay close attention, you can see the resistance. We kept on rejecting, and eventually did drop. Massive candle, rejected it, eventually still dropped. So this shows you that, hey, pairs really respect, right? When it comes to trading, just focus on the basics. Don't try to learn everything at once. Focus on the basics, right? What moves the market, your strategy, your mindset, like build yourself. That's how it is. Don't try to mix up things and then be complicated and then start saying bad things about trading. No, the markets are not the problem. You are. You gotta get yourself right. That's how it is. So, we're just gonna wait for price and see how it goes. And if price eventually breaks our support line, we're just gonna take it and take profit. Is gonna get hit. But I promise you that price is gonna reverse and push to the upside. As we see right now, feels like price was really faking out. And if so, that's how it is, right? Losing is normal, but I didn't take this trade right now. I'm just showing y'all, demonstrating to y'all. That's how it is. And guys, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I'm a pending millionaire because I work hard for my shit. And I promise you, I'm gonna touch it. And if you're so confident, if you so if you're really putting in the work, you're gonna get what you want. That's how it is. There's no other way. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna deliver. So that's the kind of setup, no strategy. I just wanted to talk to y'all about and show y'all, and I just hope y'all understand it and love it. Talk to me through the comments and tell me what I should improve, what y'all want to see. Let's work together. Just a simple setup. And yeah, Breezy signing out. I thank y'all.